Hello and welcome back, guys. So in today's video we are gonna edit a pic and change colors of a picture and do some other stuff using the tools and the knowledge we have gotten so far along the course. Now you can choose any picture you want. I have this picture open because this is being used in universities and stuff because it's kind of detailed. Well, it doesn't really matter. You can choose any picture you want as long as it's detailed. Now, if you want to edit this picture as a photograph, you can, the first thing you need to do is you need to go to the image, then you need to go to the adjustments, and you can make all of these adjustments to this picture. We are not going to go through all of them, but I will cover some of the basic ones. So we're going to start with the brightness and contrast. So when it opens up over here, you can use the slider to, slide along and see. You can fix the brightness. I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter. Well, maybe this much. You can also change the contrast. Obviously, the more contrast you increase, the more heavily or densely the pixels will be saturated. So maybe I'm just gonna keep the contrast over here once it's done. By the way, there is a preview button over here. When you remove it, you can see the changes and stuff that you have made. I'm just going to leave it on, and then once you're satisfied with what you have done, you can click on OK. Next up, we can change the hue and the saturation. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go all the way to image. We're going to go to the adjustments, and then we're going to find the hue and saturation. Now I'm going to slide it to the corner. Now as I move up and down along the hue, you can see that not only is the dress and the color of the girl is changing, actually the background is changing along with it. It's because hue is changing each and every pixel in the picture. So this is too bright. I like this color of red. You can actually change the saturation again as well. You can change the lightness and the darkness over here. Yeah, the rest of it is fine. Now over here, master is selected. It means like it's controlling all of them. But wait, leave the preview out. Leave the colorize out. Master means all of them are selected, but you can actually manipulate only the only colors as well that are present in this picture. So you can click on red, and if I move around, then it will only change the red pixels of the video of the clip. It will not touch anything else. If I were to go to yellows, then it will only affect the yellows in the picture. It will not affect anything else, so on and so forth. Now, if you wanted to manipulate only the pixels of her dress and leave the background untouched, you will need to select the dress, which we will see later on in the course. And you will need to put the dress in a separate layer of its own so you don't damage the other things in the picture. Also, if you click on this button, like I said, colorize, you can actually edit all the pixels all together, like I showed you guys right now. Okay, let's cancel this all. Next up, we will see something called curves. It's actually really interesting. So what curves is doing over here is that, again, it's manipulating the pixels. So as I move across, you can see it's editing the picture the same way. If I move up and down, it makes it darker and lighter. Right now it says RGB, so that like red, green, blue, all of them have been selected. But if I just click on red, and if I try to, actually I can do it from the middle as well, it will only find the red pixels in the picture and try to manipulate them. So you can add a lighter or a cooler look. I actually like this, so I'm going to keep it like this. You can go with OK. Next up, what we are going to do is select photo filter. It's very simple over here. It's very basic. You just select a filter over here, maybe warming, cool, whatever you want. Just maybe, let's say I want warming. The color will look like this, and then you can control the density. So, you know, the more I increase the density, the warmer it gets. So I'm just gonna keep it like maybe at 62. Kind of looks nice. Has a aesthetic vibe to it. So that's it. And I'm gonna click on OK. Now, the only problem in working this way is that you can edit the picture, but you might also damage the original picture, and after that, recovering it won't be so easy. So, a better way to work in Photoshop while you're doing editing is like this. So, what you want to do, well, first of all, I'm gonna just undo all the changes that have happened and just take it to the way picture was first. And I'm gonna double click on the picture name over here. I'm gonna call this I'm gonna call it original. Okay, now you can see that the lock sign is gone. We can actually edit and do everything to this. I'm gonna grab and take this to the new layer symbol, drop it, and it will create an original copy. I'm gonna rename this to editing because this is where we will be doing our editing. And then I'm gonna go back to the normal one and I'm gonna hide it, and I'm gonna, well, I mean, wait, first I need to lock it and I'm going to hide it as well. The reason I do this is so that I can't see it, I cannot damage it, and in case I mess up the picture too badly, I can always come back to the original one and then work, again from there. So it's just a good habit to have. You don't need to do it, it's just a precaution that I like to take. Now we're going to edit this image using adjustment layers. So we're going to go and hold and click on the adjustment layer option. And then you can see these options that I showed you up there are again over here: brightness and contrast, curves, hue and saturation, and all this stuff. So I'm just going to click on the photo filter, and you see over here in the properties, they have added the photo filter over here. Now let's edit it. Let me increase the density. We're going to be editing. Well, I mean this, wait, this needs to be at the top. Yeah. Now we have made it more warmer. I'll leave the, I'm gonna let the preserve luminosity on because it just saves the highlights in the picture. And well, you can see how the thing has been adjusted. Now I can also do something like add text. Basically what I'm trying to show you guys over here are the options that automatically create their own layers, separate layers. Because you see right now we are editing, but we are not editing on the picture that said editing. Photo filter has created its own separate layer, the adjustment layer. Now if I click on text and 60 points, sharp, guess, okay. I just need to choose a different color, something that will pop. So maybe this, okay. I can just add over here. Lorem ipsum is fine. The size is not. Maybe I need to increase the size a little bit to 72 points. Well, I mean, it's still not big enough. Let me do 180 then. Yep. Okay. Now I can go to the move and move this text over here, but you can just go back. I can always go back over here to photo editing layer and change the filter. For example, I want it cooling. Maybe I decide, okay, I want it now cooling and I want the density to be a bit lower. So this This shows the concept of the adjustment layer. You know, we can always keep on editing, and when we forget something, we can always go back to the adjustment layer and fix those edits and remove those edits, but we are not hurting the original picture or the original document. In case we mess up over here, all we need to do is just hide this one, and then the text one will come. We hide that one, the text goes away, the editing one comes, we just hide the editing one, and then I'm gonna view this one, and we have our original still saved over here. So this is how you can manipulate some of the basic features in this picture. Why don't you guys take a minute and play around with all the features that I have shown you so far. Try to make sure that you understand the concept of adjustment layer. Adjustment layer is like, first of all, you have a picture. You make a copy of that picture so that you can, edit the document without hurting the original. And then the piece of paper that you're going to be working on, imagine you put an other piece of paper on top of it, so that you can draw and erase and draw and erase, and when you have the final design, you will just throw that sheet out, and the design will have been copied on the sheet underneath it, the one that was actually supposed to be for editing. So that's what adjustment layer is all about, and it's very powerful, it's very important. Just make sure that you guys always keep the original separate. Most of the time, I remember when I was in university, I did some projects and I didn't have the original separate, and I lost a lot of points because of that, because I completely messed up the picture I was actually supposed to edit. And yeah, that's it for this video. In the next video, we are gonna actually select the dress and try to manipulate and change the color of the dress only. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. If you haven't already done it, make sure to like and subscribe if you like our content and you want to keep up with all the latest videos and want to keep up the course. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.